everybody, welcome back to another episode here on my single player survival series Build On. I am your host BJ, and today we are going to start off our episode in the windmill where we ended the last episode, although we were outside the last one. Let's go ahead and close this just in case it gets dark and we don't want mobs coming in to get us. But yeah, we're inside the windmill. We finished the outside for the most part in the last episode, and then I mentioned I was going to finish the interior in between episodes and do some wheat and some veggies and stuff outside. So we've done that, but I thought I would show this off really quick. We have the nano farm right here, but we'll come back to that in 1 second because I wanted to show you this. We had a suggestion from Super Logan Utah in the comments during the last episode that it might be a really good idea to show off the mechanics of the windmill, and I agreed. And so I played with that for a little while. And so the idea is you have the windmill outside with kind of the shaft that comes in above the ceiling there, and then it ties into this that's geared and then comes down, and then you have some more gears here that turn things around, and eventually takes these ovens here and makes steam out of them. So that's steam, if you couldn't tell. That's steam rising, and then these guys generate some power, and so that conduit, that steam power, is carried down through these conduits into a collection system that then comes down and goes into our nano farm, which of course doesn't actually happen in Minecraft, but I love the way it looks. So Super Logan, thank you very much for the suggestion. I love the way that this turned out. And so in here we have the nano farm we mentioned in the last episode. Here, I'll show you this because this is key to today's episode. We don't have any bone meal. We need lots of bone meal. I did some redstone, and of course we have a iron collection system down here, or hoppers, and I used up basically every bit of iron and extra wood that I had to get this functional so that I could collect everything and get it here in the chest. I probably should have just kept it empty for a while and then collected the veg here. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't let it go. I had to finish it out like Logan suggested, and then I had to collect everything into our system. But yeah, is it getting dark outside yet? No, we're doing okay. But here, I want to show you this outside. Well, it is starting to get dark, but this will help show off our BSL shaders and the fact that we're on Optifine. In fact, I mentioned that really quick too. We were on 115.1 last episode, and now we're on 0.2, and with that comes ReplayMod and Optifine and lots of other goodies. So I'm really happy to have that. And then plus here, look at this. Oh, I love this part. This is what I love about Optifine, is the lighting in the area, and I can carry a torch. That's why I'm carrying a torch. But I'll point this out really quick too. I changed a fair amount on the outside. I fixed the roof line. I did a new roof line on it between episodes, as I was also working on the wheat and the other veg around the windmill. And I fixed some of this lower platform as well. It was hanging down. I had a hard time getting that to work out the way that I wanted, and then added a little bit more in the way of mechanics up on top, and I really like the way that turned out as well. Now let's get down in here. We're gonna go sleep really quick and sleep this off, and then we are going to get into our episode for the day. In fact, here, I was gonna cut, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna show you guys because you probably haven't had a chance to see our favorite kitty cat, our little buddy, Mr. Funlove. Hello, buddy. You guys ready for a nap? Here, you need some fish. There you go. I love that too. Let's take a little nap, and then when we wake up in the morning, we'll go do some skelly stuff. That was a pretty solid nap, if I do say so myself. So we're headed over here to the skelly spawner that I found not too far away from my village. Let's get on the little zoom here. Right there's the village that's just on the other side of the lake from the main house and the barn. And this last weekend, we did some work down here on the skelly spawner on Twitch. So I have just recently started streaming on Twitch on a regular basis, and I would really appreciate it if you guys would stop by and watch a couple of streams. Check down in the description down below for a little bit more information on times and schedules and whatnot. But in the last stream that we had here, I'd spent a fair amount of time, about 2 hours or so, cleaning out this entire area. Luckily, the the stream patrons and the people who were watching were really kind and just kind of let me dig out a fair amount of area without giving me too much grief about not getting a whole lot done. But it was really important because we needed to get this skelly spawner working. And one of my buddies and friends over there on the Truly Bedrock Kilodrone was there with me, and he actually had a suggestion for me about this. So as we mentioned kind of earlier in the series, one of the main goals in this series is to take a typical spawner or something like this, or some other redstone component, and do something nice with it. Of course, that's why we spent a fair amount of time building a windmill around a nano farm. And so I want to do the same thing with something like a skelly spawner. So the easy thing would be, of course, just to dig out this area and go down 9-10 blocks, have a simple killer, and then be able to get XP and bones and everything out of it. But we're not going to do that. No. We are going to do something a little more robust. And so Killa, he suggested that I take these skellies into the nether, and then I can go into the nether and kill them. And then one of the nice things about that, one of the advantages would be that they are out of the mob cap very quickly. That's a little different than the way you typically would do it. And I have reset the game rule on this map for entity cramming to 48, up from 24, just so I could take advantages of things like this. I think 24 has always been a little bit low, but the thing is, I don't feel like putting them into a regular killer is the right way to do it. And I'm a little bit nervous about putting them into the nether, because one of the problems with that is then I don't have any storage for them. I mean, I could build storage in the nether, but I could AFK here for a while and then go into the nether. And if I AFK'd long enough, it would just fill up the mob cap when I got down there, or immediately when I got into the nether, if there was more than the 48 available in whatever configuration I had them in, they would just start dying immediately and I wouldn't have a chance to get in there and kill them. So I'm a little bit on the fence about the way to do this. And I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to do both. I think I need to have both situations. So in a scenario where I want to turn it on and get XP as quickly as I can, then I'm going to go ahead and turn it on so that it utilizes another portal back here, and I can go into the nether and kill them really quickly with a sweeping edge sword and get them all at once. On the other hand, if I need to just sit here for a while and AFK and get the bones for bone meal, I kind of want that to happen in here. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a double kind of killer in here, where we have something that goes to the nether, and then we also have something that I can flip a switch and turn it on and then do something else with them. Either have them go a different direction, I can plug that somehow, or have a drop happen beforehand. I need to do a little bit more effort in cleaning some of this out and start doing a little bit of digging down below to get that prepared, and then also go get a bunch of redstone ready, because I think I have a couple of ideas. And then we'll try a couple of experiments together and see if we can get this to work the way that I want it to. Make the progress. Just need to finish up this redstone line so that we have power to our water supply. Then we need to do the crusher down here. This is going to be off that wall. Then we'll have that there. We'll close that one in. Let's see if I can do... I'm going to make a mess if I do this, but let's do it. Need that there, and then right there. Oh, I made it. Phew. But that is the block that the skillies are going to land on to die here in the overworld. All right, so we have the majority of the stuff done, I think, to have this being functional. I ended up reconfiguring it a little bit. I did have the portal back on this side, and I had a lot of difficulty. I had to reset these portals, man, probably half a dozen times on each side, both in the nether and here, to get them to where they're actually working right now. It probably would have worked better if I'd put it on that side, but because this is the aesthetic component of this, I wanted to be able to see it. This block right here is as far as I can stand from the spawner and have it work. If I move back any off that, it doesn't work, or closer, of course. And so I wanted to be able to see the skeleton spawn and drop down in here and either die on that magma block, or I'll hit a lever and close that, and that'll push them into the nether, where we can kill them otherwise. I'll just have to go through that portal and then into the nether, which I'll show you here in just a minute what that looks like. But overall, I just wanted to show you guys what I think the solution is going to be. And we're going to time-lapse probably the rest of this build to make this box a little bit more aesthetic, and we'll do a little bit of work in here and close up around the outsides and get maybe not the whole thing done today, but at least get the killing portion of this thing done. And then we'll start working on the aesthetics of the other part over there. Maybe in the next episode, we'll have to see what happens. The other thing I wanted to show you really quick as I get down here is we're going to have a hopper minecart pushed into this block, and then we'll have hoppers below that'll carry all the drops, hopefully not off this big drop, into a ravine that I just found and almost fell into. But that'll carry hoppers, or I'll put it, actually what I might do is, just to keep the costs down, is I'll have hoppers collected and then put it into a water stream that'll then come over and use the soul sand water elevator up into a storage system back here. We've kind of gone through the mechanics of it a little bit. Now we need to do the aesthetic part, get the thing built up, completed, so we can turn this thing on. I need to also go ahead and do the redstone lights up above, so that I'll have a switch for turning on the water and a switch for turning off the lights and turning on the system. And then I guess another switch for opening and closing it and letting them into the portal. But yeah, there you go. Let me know what you guys think about this. We'll have to see how it works here in just a second. that time lapse turned out pretty well, don't you think? Oh, look at that little dude spinning back there in the background. Interesting little tidbit that I figured out. I didn't realize because I thought this was broken for the longest time until I had to break out the glass a couple times and go around and break out a couple of blocks. But see him spinning in there? There's no particle effects, and I have no idea why there's no particle effects through this black glass. I don't know if it's black glass in particular or if it's any glass. So it's a little bit of a kind of a little buggy thing we got going on here. But anyway, I think this turned out really well. I can turn the light off now and see if we can get a couple of little spawns going on there. Boom. We got 4 of them immediately, and they're going down. I don't have it currently set to beat them. Well, this is a good example. This is what I got to do next. I'll tell you right there in a second. But yeah, they're going into the nether. I don't have them going onto the magma block just yet, or just right now. In fact, let's go ahead and jump into the nether really quick. So as you notice, they were getting stuck there. So one of the things we're going to do to retrofit that, oh geez, and maybe even end this episode, is we're going to go through and make sure that we can get all 3 of them through. Oh yeah, oh that's going to work pretty well. They don't even have sweeping edge on here, do I? No, this is just a regular sword. Yeah, this will be fine. As I was saying just a minute ago, one of the things that I found is wrong with this, let's turn the water off. I keep forgetting I was smart enough, unusually so, to set it up so they can turn off the water so I could do work in here without having to deal with the water. And actually I'm gonna need some wood as well, so I'm gonna go grab some wood. But here, let me show you let's go down, what I'm talking about here. So these guys drop, we have the glass here, we have 1 wide, and what happens is if you have 2 that spawn kind of on opposite sides and they kind of work their way over here and they hit each other, then they just kind of get stuck here and they kind of go back and forth, and so we're losing a little bit of speed. So what I want to do is I want to actually expand this so that it's 3 wide all the way down. And what I could do is I could come back here. Let me think about this for a second. They might get stuck if I do that. What I was thinking is rather than having it go 3 wide, even though I have a portal that's 3 wide, so I could get away with it. And the water would work just fine because it'll stop at the portal. I'm thinking about this for a second out loud. What I was thinking is I would drop them down and then have another water stream that would push them over into here. And I don't really need it to do that, because if I just do this as 3 wide with water being 3 wide, then it'll just push them all into here and I don't have to worry about it. The one thing I'm going to have to fix is going to be how I get 3 wide of the, see if I can hit it from here. I think I can. Oh, I got to hit the actual, oh, there we go. I got to get 3 of those wide too. And then I have to collect them all. I think I can do that. I don't think that's going to be necessarily a big deal. But let's go get a couple of supplies really quick, and I'm going to see if I can finish this up and make this work. All right, let's start with 3 pistons here. I think this is going to work pretty well. I'm going to need to get back behind here with a little bit of redstone, I believe. I hope I don't have to use 3 of these guys. I'm hoping I only have to use 1. So this should point into it like that. And that should be all 3, right? Let's do a quick test with a lever here. Yep, those all worked. Awesome. Exactly what I needed. Now let's go ahead and put, yep, we'll just do, oh, I really don't want to use cobble. Let's go get a better one. Yeah, stone brick, that's better. All right, so we have those 3 guys in there, and then we need the 3 magma blocks below here. No, I don't need to throw my stone. I need magma. There we go. And so that should block that just fine. The only problem is I'm going to have water above here. Is this water going to come down, or is it going to just... Okay, good. So it's going to stay up there just fine. Let's get the stone. We're going to put it right there. I'm going to put 1 on that side. I'm going to put 1 on this side. And if there's not 1 in the middle, I got to be careful. I don't want to do that. Let's go ahead and plug this water up. Hopefully that, yeah, there's no redstone down there. It's okay. And then that is closed. That should be good there. If I put this here and then I do that, I think, does that let the water down in here? Yeah, it does, but that's not a big deal because as long as they're standing on the block, that's going to kill them. They're going to be fine there. We do that, and that closes it back up. And that's, I was a little worried this water was going to come down in through here, but it doesn't. So this is perfect. Exactly what I needed. I'm still going to need to get my hopper minecarts into there, but for right now, let's just put this under, well, actually, it's not going to pull the items down until I get the hopper minecarts. So I'm going to have to go ahead and spend the dough to make the hopper minecarts. Dang it. Now, unfortunately, I got to tear all this out again because I need to put the hopper minecarts in there. But I needed to check and make sure this was going to work. Okay, I'm going to have to, do I have all 3? Yep, I got 3 buckets full. When I create that permanent water source, you guys got to put a couple blocks in to kill it. We'll tear that out now. Turn this off because I'm going to need this stuff out of the way while I do this. I need these guys out of the way. But if you guys have never done this before, this is the easiest way to get hopper minecarts into blocks like this. So what you do is get yourself a rail, and you get your hopper minecarts, and get all this other stuff out of the way really quick so we can do just the minecarts. And then you just put 2 tracks like that, and then drop that on the inside, and it pushes it right in. And then you got to make sure you have to have something below it. I got to think a little bit ahead next time. So let me think. I should be able to make another hopper minecart really quick from that. And what I meant to do, and I forgot to do it, was I need to go ahead and put my hoppers in here. And we're going to be going 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need to go this way. Do I have a... There we do. I do have a chest. So we can put that right there as kind of the temporary storage bin for this stuff. I don't know why I just tossed that. I need to go this way. I'm going to have to dig down again. Dang it. Keep digging deeper and deeper. I'm digging myself deeper and deeper hole. There we go. Got rid of that. Get that back. And we need to step up in here. Can I get out from underneath that? Nope. Probably just... Ooh, I almost ruined that. I don't need to go down here again. So let's go ahead and fill this back in really quick just so I don't get a bunch of mobs spawning down in there. We'll go ahead and fill up this right there. There we go. Perfect. And now that is... Let's try this again. So once again, you just need 2 rails like this. Drop your cart on that and push it in, and that should be in. Then you go ahead and just do that 3 times. 2. And then don't forget to put another block behind it. You need to put something behind it so that it doesn't scoot back out that way. And then go right there like this. And the reason that we're doing hopper minecarts on here is so that, let me get this down in there. That might go off to the side, so let's put one right there really quick. The reason we're doing hopper minecarts on here is so that it can pull any drop on here through this solid block. There's 2 things it does. So it does that, and then it also will accept a lot of drops very rapidly. So, but for the most part, the reason that we're doing it is so that we can go ahead and put all of our drops on here. Oop, that's not a drop. That was an actual block, and have it pull it through into the hopper carts below. Into the hoppers below. There we go. We got that cleaned out now. Get up here so I don't get run over. Now we can go ahead and do the sticky pistons again. From there, there, and there. And I'm just gonna have to use cobble. I went and got stone, but I ran out of stone already. Let's see. Then we want to go ahead and fill that in. There's no reason not to. Although I think we need water. Yeah, this is where we're doing the water from. So I can probably, yeah, I can get to the other side of that just fine. So let's go ahead and put water in here really quick. And then we'll put water in here really quick. Oh, I'm going to need 3 for this one, which is fine. Shoot. Oh, Oh, when this is closed, it'll be fine. Oh, actually, that's actually going to really help. When this is open like this, it should pull them straight down, I hope. Yeah, that should work really well. All right, let's get through here. Wait, oh. I got it. I can't get through. Oh, no. Oh no, this is gonna be terrible. I'm gonna die. Let me through. This is terrible. This is a mistake. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. All right, let's try this again. Let's clean out a few more blocks here just so I have good access back in here. And do I have any? I do. I need a torch back in here just to make sure we don't get any mobs. All right, we have the redstone set up. Now I need to push that under. That's setting up there just fine. Now, I should be able to... Let's go ahead and take one of these out of here just so I don't have the same mistake that happens again and trap myself inside. You know, this is a good thing because I put these on here just to make double sure that the skeletons couldn't get stuck or we get stuck. Okay, this is pushing them in. This is working. This is working really well. All right, we're going to go back through really quick. Replace this, which, by the way, you can place a trapdoor up against the actual end portal, which is kind of cool. That might actually be a really good way to hide it in portal. I'll have to think about that. I wonder if there's a good design for that. Anyway, let's go ahead and finish this guy up here. Do I have enough of these? I'm going to need some more. Let me think about this for a second. So there's going to be one here, and then we need a solid block right there, and then half blocks in there. Let's go get some more. Solid block, half block, and I think, how are these guys? Let's go ahead and get those in right there. And then I think I need another block right there. Yep, that'll work. But this should work. All three of these guys are here. The last thing that we're going to need then is we're going to need 2 signs right here to make sure that the water stops. We're going to put them right here and right here. All right, right here. You dead. Mr. Skeletons. That should be everything I need now. Maybe double make sure I put some... I borrowed this water over here. Make sure I put it back. I didn't put it back. But I think I can borrow... let's see if I can reach this water. I should be able to use that forever stream. I am. Nice. I put that back in here, and now we should be good to go. Let's go test it. All right, let's give this thing a little bit of a test. We got to turn the water back on. Make sure the water's on before we turn off the light. There we go. Then we can turn off the light, and then let's see how this works. Immediately, we got a couple of drops. We got all 4. Oh, yeah, that's working way better. All 3 of them immediately into it. This might actually work really well. The killer drone, he's a pretty smart fella. While we're at this, let's go ahead and make a diamond sword really quick. I had 2 more diamonds left. I think this is the last of the 2 diamonds that I had, but it's worth it because now we can go into the end portal here and see how many of these guys I got. I hear lots of them. Oh yeah. Not too bad. I think one of the things I'm going to do, and I'm going to think about this for a second, is I'm going to let them come down in here, and in some way, either through pistons or something like that, I'm going to push them into another spot where I can do a softening with a lava bucket. I think I'm going to do that just to make it a little bit easier. Even though that sort of defeats the purpose, I could have easily done this in the overworld. I got to figure out someone to soften them a little bit, or I guess just wait until I get a sweeping edge 3 sword, and then that'll be pretty fast. But all in all, I think this has actually worked out pretty darn well. And with that, I think we're going to end today's episode. I'm really excited about how this has turned out. It's going to be great to have a source of XP and for bones now for the other farms. And it's something I think I needed at the beginning of this world. I think in the next episode, we're going to start working on the mines because I had mentioned that in episode number 3. It is something we need. I need to start gathering some resources underground for sure. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please leave some comments down below. Hit that like button. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so. Again, I am streaming on Twitch.tv on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and maybe Sundays. Sundays is going to be up in the air depending on how the weekends are going. But Tuesdays and Thursday nights, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time or 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for about 2 hours. So if you guys want to come and stop by and watch me working on this or on Truly Bedrock, please feel free to do so. And we will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you very much for stopping by. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.